Hey, it's Mina, and in this video, I thought we'd dive into what your future self would want you to know. So we're going to look at what's going on with your current situation so you can really realize if the pile is correct for you, the one that you pick. What you can do now that your future self says you're really going to thank yourself for later. We're going to look at what you should focus on during this time, what you need to stop focusing on, and then some advice directly from them about what's going on in your current situation. So just keep in mind this is a general reading, but if you do want a personal reading, I offer them on my website at www.minanixtarot.com. Take a second to look at the piles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause this video for as long as you need to choose the right pile for you. And if you feel drawn to choosing more than one pile, that's completely fine. Just go ahead and watch the videos for both piles. You're going to get some more individualized messages that way. All right, let's begin. Hey, group number 1, if you chose this yellow colored crystal here, this reading is for you about what your future self would like to say to you. So let's start out here with just kind of what's going on with you right now. Okay. So in the past, you've kind of started a lot of projects and haven't been able to complete them. You start out really strong and then you seem to lack the motivation or just realize that it really wasn't the right path for you. Then there's some guilt or unwillingness to change course, I believe due to fear of not wanting to feel like a failure. So you just kind of keep pushing on these projects even when they're not working until you reach a point of just complete and utter burnout where you just can't seem to do anything else. You keep focusing on the negatives and get very pessimistic about all of your uncompleted project. And what I think we're going to find in this reading, what I'm already kind of hearing from Spirit, is that you need to have a shift in perspective. We need to take a different approach to what failed looks like. Let's pull some more cards here. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Tower card reversed, and then don't give up. Okay, yeah. Basically, you're being told all of these things failed for a specific reason. Really, they're not failures at all. They're just a part of the process of moving you on to your right path and leading you to something more sustainable and something much bigger and much more important. It's also going to lead you to a place where you're understanding the why of what you want to do with your life. So before we commit ourselves to anything, we really want to make sure that there's a strong spiritual or emotional draw to it. That's what is creating the longevity. That is going to be what makes you want to start and complete a project. Having that strong why, that strong drive, that strong desire. It can't just be money and fame. Money and fame are strong pulls and desires, but they're not going to keep you going and keep you creative long term. There really has to be, as humans, we have to have this deeper calling that we're acting upon to be able to pursue what we want with force. There's definitely help out there for you. You have a lot of help with your family and friends, really, if you just look at the people you have around you. The universe genuinely wants you to succeed, but there just aren't any shortcuts here. So you're going to find yourself falling down again and again, just not because the universe just hates you and has given up on you. It's more like each of these falling downs have led to some kind of a learning process that's pushing you on this bigger path. There needs to be some adversity in our lives to spark creativity. If things were just innately perfect, there would be no reason to want to progress. There would be no reason to want to move beyond the status quo. And then creativity would be non-existent in this world. And creativity has given us so many incredible things that we have, music, movies, writing, social projects. I mean, there's so many things have been sparked by someone's creativity and there being some sort of adversity that they had to overcome until they found a solution to these bigger problems. So you certainly have not failed. I think you really need to change your perspective on that. You're just figuring out all the many things that you do not want to put your focus on at this time. So what does your future self want you to focus on? The 4 of Pentacles reversed and the Vulture. Focus on letting go. This is the time to focus on cleaning up the toxicity in your life, which could be people, outdated beliefs, or the desire to control everything. All 3 of those are toxic things that you could be holding on that are causing these failures to happen in your life. It all has to go. Focus on bringing your life back into balance. The vulture is all about balance. In the description of the vulture, there's specifically an exact line even that says, what you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is actually a blessing in disguise. So this is really a very hopeful reading. This is like coming out of failures and figuring out what you want to do with the rest of your life. All right, moving on, the Star reversed. And then Freya. So cut off the belief that life has to be won or that being successful is an uphill, endless battle. Things can be so much more pleasant than what you're thinking. Yes, you've mostly faced hardship and adversity up until this point, but your future self is really trying to get you to get rid of that old story. Stop telling yourself that it's hopeless or that you no longer have faith in this world, and cut out the part of yourself that thinks that you're just a victim in a world that doesn't really have any sense of rhyme or reason. That's not true about you. You're very strong and you have this incredible message that you're going to start sharing with the world. Using all of these things you failed at, is going to create a very strong message for the world to kind of raise up our collective consciousness. So I need you to let go of that belief, because we truly need people like you out there in that world really giving the good message. In this context, I feel like Freya is explaining your true nature. You're really beneath the victim mentality. The world is not out to get you. It's not personal. You're much more strong and grounded and powerful when you look at the world realistically, and then you figure out how to fit into the current state. Do not idealize the world and then create a product for what you hope it will be. Work with what you've got. Work with what the world is. What are the problems that need to be solved in the current situation? Not how do you want the world to look in the future. It's okay to fantasize and dream, but ultimately you're really going to want to live in reality for this. And definitely start small. Create something each day, very, very small. Creation is going to be a huge part in the healing process for you. Making sure that you are grateful and then creating something that helps you heal. And this is all leading toward a bigger path. Okay, advice from your future self, the Hierophant reversed. And the Nightingale. It's time for you to live by your own rules and stop feeling shame when you do something that's against how you were raised. Now, this doesn't mean go to your parents and tell them everything you did to me was wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying it's more like your parents may have taught you something that was a good rule at the time, but now that the world has changed and you've gained more truth, it just doesn't really apply for you the way that you've been raised anymore. You need to find the truths that are true for the person who you are today. And that's a good thing, because changing and learning more is a good thing. If you were just stuck doing the way that it's been done over and over again, then again, we're back to that whole, there's no progression in life then. You're not actually solving or doing anything of real importance. So journaling or finding some music that really speaks to you could be a great way to heal and acknowledge your emotions at this time. If there's something on your heart at this time, just say it. Your future self is asking you to take some time to heal and rediscover who you want to be in this world. And definitely, if you need to say some things to some people, or just write them out, or sing them out, or draw them out, whatever you need to do, get it off your chest. Now is this time. You're kind of in a pause moment where you get a chance to heal and turn within and really look at what you want to do with the rest of your life. Okay, these are all the messages I'm getting for you, group number 1. If this video resonates with you, go ahead and give it a like. Comment down below with some uplifting songs that we can all listen to get us pumped up and ready to face the world. Subscribe to my channel if you want more pick-a-card videos, as well as monthly horoscope readings, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, group number 2, if you chose this kind of grayish-purple crystal here, then this reading is for you. Let's hop on into it, starting off with what's going on with you right now. So we've got the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Chariot. So in the recent past, you've had a lot of determination and focus on a particular task. You were just like going through obstacle after obstacle until there was an older woman who came into your life, or potentially just an older person in general. Sometimes tarot is not really specific on gender, but sometimes it very much can be. And they really discouraged the subject for you. They made you feel vulnerable about it, which I take you fought back with them for a while. Like you were like, no, I'm going to charge ahead. I'm not listening to what you have to say, Queen of Swords person. I'm just going to keep moving through. And then you started to get feeling emotionally vulnerable about it. So then you started getting more aggressive about it. And that is when things started to fall apart for you. So now you've developed this kind of fear that you've missed a big opportunity because you had to take a break from really charging ahead as quickly as you have. But the Four of Cups actually represents having opportunities, and they're not going to be as big or showy or as in your face as they were before. But these opportunities are very small things that are going to help you grow that confidence in yourself that you had before it was kind of bullied out of you in a way. These opportunities are small but have a ton of potential. So stop fantasizing about what could have been and start saying yes to the things that are coming your way. That is one thing your future self is like screaming in my ear right now, is start saying yes. Let's look at things you can do to kind of help yourself along here. We've got the Five of Wands and celebrate your friendships. Taking time to learn how to be a better friend. For some reason, you're being asked to kind of put your personal passions aside for a moment and start developing more sustainable relationships and true friendships with others. I keep hearing something about like you've kind of neglected that aspect of your life and it's something that needs to be healed for you, or you've had a lot of trauma in the area of friendships and it's something that you need to heal before you're really going to have that confidence to move forward on your bigger journey. I feel like we're dealing with a generational, or past life karma here. So spend some time noticing what you admire in your friends and asking your friends ways that you can be a better friend, but also stepping up to be very honest and open with them about what you are hoping to gain from the friendship and what you really need from a friend at this time. Make a list of what you want your friendships to feel like, what you want them to look like, and that can help you focus on finding someone who you really want to take into your life and then developing that trust with them from there. I know this really isn't a very glamorous thing to focus on at this time, but I do feel like it will lead to much longer happiness moving forward. And this has to be taken care of now, they're saying, before you can move on. You have to heal this friendship wound now before you're going to be able to be successful in the future. I feel like it's really causing a lot of trust issues with you, which means you're not trusting your abilities, you're not trusting yourself, and you're not trusting the people who actually want to help you. If you don't, this is where the Five of Wands comes in. You're going to see a lot of clashing, arguments, unhealthy competition that's just weighing you down. It's really time to find your tribe and not trying to force people into your belief system. You want to let your tribe be attracted to your vibe instead of you going out and kind of like trying to force relationships or friendships. At this time, you need to focus on the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Phoenix, and the Black Egg. Okay. You need to focus organizing and balancing your life at this time. And it's also paired with these two spirit cards. So without a doubt, I can tell you're dealing with some big life karma or big life purpose types of energy here. So now we know that for sure. Thanks, Spirit, for confirming that for us. Specifically, we're going to focus on some blocks in the root chakra and the throat chakra. Okay, so they're actually telling me exactly what steps that they want you to take. So go ahead, if you need to pause this video really quickly, go grab a pen and a piece of paper. You're going to kind of write this down like bullet point style, and you may need to pause the video throughout because I'm just going to try to say it as fast as it's coming to me on what you need to do moving forward. First of all, you have to admit that your past was very unpleasant, and you need to take some time to stare in the face of that and know that that's just not yours anymore. That's not your story anymore. So the first thing you want to do is write down and acknowledge or tell someone or speak out the fact that your past was unpleasant. You need to get that out of your system now. Then you need to recognize that that is not for you anymore and you need to let it go. Realize that that's not your story anymore. You need to start making more conscious choices. You need to start being aware of all of your choices. This is number 2. What did I choose to wear today? Why did I choose to wear it? What did I choose to eat today? Why did I choose to eat it? Who did I choose to call today? Who did I choose to ignore today? You need to be really focusing on your choices that you've made and then realize after each choice that you've made if it makes you happier or if it makes you feel more upset. Because actually, you are very much in control of all of the happiness in your life. You've just somehow forgotten it along the way. So they're telling me focusing on these small little choices that you're making are going to make a huge impact in realizing that fact again. Okay, number 3, once you figure out what's making you happy and what's not, then anything that's not making you happy needs to get burned up in the Phoenix fire here. You need to let it go, let it fall down in the ashes, and then you need to be reborn anew with a new story. Number 4, you've actually learned a lot of lessons after you go through this process. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sit down and write out the lessons that you are learning. Next thing I want you to do is figure out what your preferred methodology of communication is. What do you feel the most drawn to doing? Do you like writing, teaching, public speaking, singing, reading? What do you enjoy doing? What allows you to feel the most confident expressing what's inside of you? And then start asking the question, what is true about me? Read about, write, draw, sing out your answer in some kind of way. And then at the very end, I want you to think about, what do I now know is true of the world? If either of those answers you're unsure of or don't know how to answer, then you need to spend more time in music, reading, art, meditation, until you're very, very certain of what you are feeling called to stand and talk about. For some of you, you might enjoy keeping this checklist like posted somewhere where you can see it daily so you can track your progress and taking it at your own pace. So we've got the Knight of Swords and Artemis reversed, 2 reversals here. Cut out sarcasm for a bit. I need you to really focus on how your words are impacting both yourself and how they're impacting others. When people talk to you, do they make you sad, happy? What makes you sad and happy? Are you sad even when you're laughing through a joke? That could be how you're making someone else feel with sarcasm as well. There's also a person that you associate with that is represented by this Knight of Swords reversed card. So this is a person who is cocky and they try to lord over everyone. That person has got to go in your life. You really need to take a break from them. They're making you feel even more powerless than you were feeling naturally. It's time for you to take a break from interactions with them. You have to stop seeing them there as being only one road to get somewhere, to get what you want. You have to be willing to take other avenues and to take on new opportunities when they arise. A good way to know if the opportunity is for you is how it makes you feel and how your body reacts when you're given to it. If you tense up or if your heart seems to open and expand to the opportunity, then the opportunity is for you. It doesn't really have to be your forever. If you take an opportunity, you don't have to stay there forever. It just might be something that kind of helps you on your bigger path in the long run. Let your desire come to you in the way that the universe intends it to bring to you. Don't just focus on one particular path or how you fantasize it will come to you. It may come to you in small bits. It may come to you later from now. It may need to be built up. You don't know that yet because you don't have the answers to the greater universe at this point in your life. So you really need to trust in what the universe is bringing to you and when. And I promise you, if you do allow the universe to bring it to you, it's going to be much more satisfying the way that they're handing it to you than if you were to force it to happen. So soften that focus a little bit and allow your desires to come to you. Lastly, we have the 7 of Cups and the Wolf. Your future self wants to remind you that you have a ton of opportunities that are surrounding you right now. However, be realistic about these choices and about what you can actually take on at this time. This is not a time to fantasize and play things out in your head on how you think they're going to go, or, oh, this is just like in the movies, and then expect them to have the same outcome of the movie you've watched. This is not a good time for that. What you need to do is take a note from the wolf here and make sure that you are accepting everyone's beliefs and everyone's opinions. It doesn't mean you have to believe them yourself. It doesn't mean it needs to be a truth for you, but be aware that there's wisdom everywhere. You never know what will help you onto your path, so don't dismiss a person and label them as unvaluable because they just don't have the same opinions as you. This is another card that means letting go of control. Let go, allow someone else to care for you for a change. Let someone else solve some of the world's issues for a change. People will get the help that they need, whether you're there helping them or not. Are they going to get the exact help that you can provide for them? No, but right now you need to turn inwards. You need to follow these steps that I outlined here to get yourself back to a confident place where you're helping others and working with others again successfully. These are all the messages I'm getting for you, group number 2. If this video resonates, go ahead and give it a like. Comment down below and let me know if this checklist was really helpful to you moving forward. Subscribe to my channel for more pick a card videos as well as monthly horoscope readings, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, if you chose this light green crystal here, then this is your messages from your future self. Okay, let's start out with your present situation. We've got the Fool, the 4 of Cups, and the Hangman. So it seems like in your recent past you started off on a really exciting journey with a lot of positivity. Some might even have called it naivety, but You were really connecting with your inner child at that time, and so you were opening up to people, and you really started to have fun with your life. Then some kind of situation came along, and it made you feel like you were trapped in some sort of way. You stopped maturing emotionally, and you started thinking, I'm in a bad situation of which I can never get out. And the amazing news is although you might not be able to see it yet, you actually have the power to get yourself out of this situation. Use that childlike wonder and happiness and warmth that you acquired before and see it as the advantage that it is. The hangman either means that you're staying in this bad situation because you're scared of leaving and falling into an even worse situation, or you're really wishing that someone's going to come along and rescue you. Neither of those thought patterns is going to get you closer to getting out of the bad situation though, so I need you to let go of those thought patterns right now. We've got the Chariot and be playful, of course. It's like the perfect card to get with this. So your future self is saying it's time to make space in your heart for more play. It's time to go back to the path that you're on before. You were on the right path. You were pushing forward. It might have been a bit blindly before, and that's why you got burned. But the good news is now you're a little bit more careful, and you can be a little bit more focused on the things that do work out well. The Chariot is about bulldozing obstacles. You have gained some emotional maturity through all of these hardships, and now it's time to combine this childlike wonder with the lessons that you have learned as an adult to really create a strong safety net for yourself. And that's what's important here. You want to learn how to rely on yourself a little bit more. It's okay to be playful and have friends and have fun, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's your path that you're walking, and so you want to be sure you're making yourself happy. We've got the Ace of Wands reversed, the Sun, and the Peacock. It's time to focus on why you're stopping the positivity and motivation from getting to you. There's something inside of you. There's a root cause to this fear, and you should be in this kind of sun mindset where everything's happy and wonderful and lovely, but for some reason, something is blocking you. There's a bit of a block in your solar plexus chakra that needs healing. So find that inner confidence you had when you started out this journey, when you were kind of like this naive child moving along. There's nothing wrong with that. You have this undeniable beauty inside of you that really draws people to you, and this allows you to enjoy your time with other people. So focus on the having fun with others and surrounding yourself with people who are not only kind, but make you feel happy and truly safe. They want you to return to this journey of embracing that inner child. That was exactly where you were supposed to be. And now you're smart enough not to get duped again. So you kind of have the leg up on the situation at this point. We've got the Queen of Cups here and the Great Goddess. Don't assume everyone who shows you kindness in the beginning is going to turn on you later. I know that's going to be a common assumption for you because you kind of went into it thinking like, I want to succeed. Everyone should want me to succeed. Everyone who's being nice to me is doing it for the correct motives. And you sort of learned that that's not the way the world works. But that also doesn't mean that every single person that is nice to you is going to burn you in the end. Both of these cards indicate that someone who is older than you is reaching out with a nurturing hand. And in turn, you should be aware of how you're treating yourself and those around you. Since we are all connected, at times, those that we are around will reflect our own energies back to us from our perspective. So the way that you are perceiving people and the way that you are observing how people are going to treat you is all a reflection based off your own preconceived notions of how the interaction is going to go. But the Queen of Cups here is really good because this basically means like an older mentor is going to come out, reach out to you, and sort of nurture you and get you back to a place of getting back on your feet. They're not going to rescue you. This is going to happen after you untangle yourself from this situation. Then you're going to have a mentor presented to you. You have to be ready for the teacher. The teacher can't come to you before you're ready, or else you're not going to learn the lessons they have to impart on you. Be accountable for the energies that you're putting into the world, and realize that there are those who love you and want you to succeed. This is a time of life that you're going to look back on and see how much life expanded as the result of all this inner confidence and playfulness and fun that you were having at this time. Lastly, we have the Four of Swords reversed and the Elephant. Your future self is saying it's time to start developing grit and spiritual awakening. I can hear them saying it feels like all is lost, but in reality, this is the start of a much stronger path. So, and it's actually interesting that you got the elephant as well, because the elephant can either bulldoze through obstacles, kind of like the chariot card up here. The elephant will also put specific obstacles into your path to make it so that you cannot take certain paths just yet, or you're not taking a path that's wrong for you. The ultimate goal of the elephant is to find you the correct path and to kind of put a block in any place that's not really going to lead to anything fruitful. So this is like an incredibly good omen for you to get, especially at the end of the reading. It means self-awareness and knowledge are coming to you, and it's going to help you get out of your phase of stagnation. So the advice here is to keep trudging along. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Even if it's not where you originally intended to end up, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, these are all the messages I'm getting for you, group number 3. If this video resonates with you, give it a like. Comment down below on things that you like to do to keep play a big part of your life. Subscribe to my channel for more pick a card videos as well as monthly horoscope readings. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, group number 4, if you chose this rose quartz, then this is your message from your future self. Let's talk about where you are currently. So we've got the Strength card reversed, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. So it seems like you're having some self-esteem issues. I think someone really offered you something that seemed to be too good to be true, but because you were shaky on your confidence at the time, you weren't really connecting with your intuition, you took it and you got burned. Now, understandably, you're sort of questioning your own judgment, you're questioning your gifts, you're questioning your intuition, you're questioning the nature of anybody who brings anything good to you. I think all of these are valid after the experience that you've just had. And so remember that one mistake doesn't mean that you're not as strong as you used to be. Mistakes are there to help us learn lessons. They strengthen us. They give us more knowledge of the world and those who are in it. I think you're looking at this all the wrong way. We get deceived from time to time, but now you realize that you have to stand up for yourself and you have to stand for something in your life, or else you're going to fall for anything that comes your way. And this is a really good place for you to be in. This is a very hopeful place for you to be in. You're figuring yourself out finally, and this was the catalyst that made it happen. So congratulations on your new path towards self-discovery. I'm really excited for you, group number 4. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and Speak Your Truth. Man, I know these chakra cards, like they seem so kiddish, but they give me more truth than like any of my other oracle cards. It's crazy. Future self is asking you to take some time right now to figure out what you want in all areas of your life, what you want those things to look like. So what do you want your work, your finances, love, friendship, family, self-care? What do you want those things to look like? How are they not living up to what you want them to look like now? This is a time to focus on what you do want, not what you don't want to happen again. You've learned that lesson from the past. We can put it aside. We can move on. You're not going to fall for anything like that. You're not going to be tricked as easily as you were before. So speak your truth. Now is the time to speak up. Share your opinions, even when they're different from others, because this is how we grow as a society, from revolutionary ideas. People are supposed to vary. That's what creates a happy world. If we were all the same, it would be super, super boring. So focus right now on creating a personal motto, something that you can really hold on to, something that inspires confidence in yourself. Use that motto to build yourself up. I think you will find that once you start supporting yourself, all the other people around you are going to start supporting you as well. They're going to join in on that confidence, and they're going to be like, yeah, they're right. They are awesome. And they're really going to jump on the bandwagon that is you. So everything just kind of stems from within from you. So if you can really get that accomplished, then I think you're going to see some big change. We've got the Fool reversed, the Dragon, and the Moth. You're wanting to take off and spread your wings, but you can't help thinking, I wish life was easier. The problem is life is supposed to be hard. It tests us and it makes us grow. Without hardships, we're never going to get any stronger. Without struggle, we're never going to see the problems that we have the life purpose to face down and prevent. The journey that you're on is coming to you whether you're ready or not. I'm sure you're kind of wondering, okay, so it's coming to me whether I'm ready or not. I'm going to have to jump off that cliff whether I'm ready or not. What do I do to prepare for that? And what I see you need to do is really start working on a healthy self-esteem. So get off your social media for a while. Stop judging yourself based on other people's journeys. That's not your journey. That's their journey. You don't need to worry about what's going on their journey because you have your own journey, and it's big and it's important, and we need people like you. So stop comparing yourself to others. They're on their own path, you're on yours. Once you see yourself clearly with all the strengths that you already have, with all the things that you can already use at your advantage, you're going to be able to make that deeper connection with your intuition, and your guides are going to be able to lead you to bigger happiness. But you first have to be okay with yourself. You have to love and nurture yourself. Then you can go out and tackle those big challenges of life without feeling like the weight of the world is crashing down around you all of the time, without easily being toppled over by other people, their opinions and their thoughts. Because honestly, you're stronger than those people. Those people are just screaming the loudest. You're gonna come in with this self-confidence, with this calm, quiet, just energy that draws people in, and it's gonna be much more effective than these people who are shouting really loud just to get their points across. We've got the Emperor reversed and Aphrodite reversed. I think it's funny that we have this rose quartz and Aphrodite. So cut off the idea of finding romantic relationships or love for right now. And I'm sorry that that's super unpleasant to say, but I thought I'd like rip it off like a band-aid. It's not a good time for you to be searching in romantic love at this time. Now is a good time to find your inner confidence and strengthen your solar plexus and throat chakra. If you don't spend this time to develop those things, then you're going to be attracting overly authoritative people who really cut down your power and make you feel like you aren't strong. They're going to put you right back in this place until you learn your lesson and gain your confidence. If you don't learn your lesson and gain your confidence, then every person you try to have a relationship with is going to cut down your confidence, and we're going to be back at square one. We don't want to be back at square one because you've got a life path, you've got things to do on this earth. The reality of it is no one can take your gifts or your strengths away from you. They just wear you down until you feel powerless to fight against them. The universe already has someone planned out for you right now, but you are not ready and they are not ready at this time. So now is the time, your future self is telling me, to get prepared for them, because if you meet and you're not prepared, then you're not going to get this blissful, wonderful connection that they have planned for you, and that would be a huge shame. So I urge you to not make romantic love a priority right now. Again, I'm really sorry, that's probably not what you want to hear, but I feel like it's important not to sugarcoat that message for you, because again, this is messages from your future self. They'd rather like rip the band-aid off, like I said quickly at the beginning, so you don't have to deal with the heartache of meeting these authoritative people that are just going to keep cutting you down and making you question your inner strength. All right, lastly, we've got the Ten of Cups and the Lion. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Ten of Cups is literally romantic bliss. So I'm glad I didn't sugarcoat that for you. So the Ten of Cups is literally, if you do this, you will achieve romantic bliss, but you have to put in the work, is also what this card means. It means you've put in all the work, you've done all the emotional stuff, you've gone through hell and back, and now you're really getting that relationship bliss, that family bliss, that home life bliss that you have been craving. And I love that it's paired with the Lion, because the Lion is all about patience. It's all in good time, my friends. Everything is coming to you in the right time, and your future self is like, wait a minute, good things are on the way. And the Lion is also representing strength, so it's that theme being presented again and again, realizing how strong you are inside and how you're not weak and how you don't have to be in this position forever. Pretty clear that even if you don't feel it right now, you are an extremely strong person with gifts that you can fully tap into. You just haven't fully tapped into them yet. You just haven't let your confidence grow to that spot to really be there. So that is your focus right now. You've got to walk before you can run. You have to get all the facets of your life in order before you can bring someone else's life into your life. So work on getting your life taken care of and organized and put together at this time, so that way you can be prepared to mix someone else's life into yours. If not, again, you're just going to fall back for that same deceit, that same trickery that was there before. These are all the messages I'm getting for you, group number 4. If this video resonates with you, give it a like. Comment down below on the amazing strength that you already know that you have. I'd love for you to build yourself up on my channel. I love seeing comments like that. Subscribe to my channel for more pick-a-card videos, as well as more monthly horoscope readings, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hey, group number 5, if you chose the aventurine, then this is your little chat with your future self. So let's dive into what's going on with you right now. We've got the 4 of Wands reversed, the King of Cups reversed, and then the 8 of Pentacles. So in the past, you've really felt unwelcome. For most of you, I'm hearing this started when in your family growing up. You never really felt like you were a part of their team, and that caused you a lot of insecurities, quite understandably. It also made you feel like you were a failure or that you were unwanted in some kind of a way. And this kind of causes you to look at everything pretty emotionally, from an emotional standpoint. You let others take advantage of you. If they're willing to make you feel loved and accepted, then you're willing to let some of their negative, more, I'm just going to say it, abusive characteristics slide, as long as some of the times they're really making you feel loved. Currently, the desire for love at all costs has really backed you into a bit of a corner, and you've gotten yourself into a situation where you feel completely powerless at this point. However, you're not as trapped as you might think. So in the traditional Rider-Waite card, the woman is like wearing a blindfold, and you have the power to take that blindfold off to get yourself out of that situation and stop holding yourself there. Because if you're afraid to leave because you're no longer going to be loved, then that is the problem that you're stuck in. You need to believe that you are going to be loved by someone who truly cares and wants to be there for you. True love should not hurt as badly as it is right now. This is just not it, my friend. It's really just time to walk away from this person. There's really someone better out there. You have a tribe, you have a group of people out there that's going to love you for who you are and love you for that really emotional, sensitive, in tune person that you are. The Six of Wands reversed. And you are safe and protected. Man, again, these chakra cards are always so on point. Your future self is asking you to make a safety plan. What can you do now to make yourself feel a little bit more secure? There's going to be parts of life that are out of your control always. No matter who you're with, no matter what you're doing, there's always going to be parts of your life that are completely out of your control. But what can you do to create some sense of safety and control for yourself? You might be feeling like you're being hunted right now or ganged up on. That's the Six of Wands reversed here. The fear is real, and it should not just be waved away. But what can you do right now to make yourself feel a little bit comfortable, a little bit more confident, and get yourself into a place of being able to leave this situation eventually? Make a plan on how you're going to keep moving forward and what you must cut out of your life that's no longer helpful to you. What are you good at? What makes you feel confident? Take some time to do those things daily. Really spend some time enjoying the things that you're good at so that you can really see how successful you are. What do you need to focus on? The Five of Swords reversed and the Cosmic Egg. You should focus on a resolution and moving on. Both of these cards represent the end of a journey. The Cosmic Egg specifically talks about our seventh or crown chakra, focusing on building yourself up. This is actually quite serious, but for some of you, you are being asked to pursue legal action to get away from this person in your life. It is time for you to start making those steps. They are going to continue to escalate things, and you need to focus on getting yourself the help that you need to get away. Focus on your self-limiting beliefs. Is that really you thinking that, or did someone else tell you to think that? Is that really who you are as a person, or is that who you're being told to be as a person? You need to start separating out fact from fiction here and stop letting this person gaslight you, because that's exactly what they are doing. Which thoughts and feelings are yours? That's something you need to be able to learn to identify. Now, we are all connected, right? That's seventh chakra, unity, everything's connected, harmony. And that is what you've been cut off from. You've been cut off, you've been disconnected by this person because they are feeding you lies, and so you can't see the truth currently. So for some of you, I urge you to take legal action against this person if that's what you need to get out of the situation. I'm very serious here. That's what you need to do. They might start to tighten their control on you, to tighten the things on your life, but they can't change your thoughts and your perceptions on things. Remember that. They don't have control on the way that you perceive the world and on the way that you perceive yourself. They're just reflecting onto you what they feel about themselves. So this is not a person you're going to be able to help in your current state. It's just time for you to let them go. For what you need to cut off, the King of Swords reversed and Shakti. You absolutely have to cut this person out of your life. Again, it's saying this again. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just like it keeps repeating the same message, so we know that your future self is very specific about this. You might be asking which person I'm referring to here, so here's some characteristics. They're going to be very power hungry, they're going to be very controlling, and they're going to use sarcasm as a way to kind of nonchalantly get control over you. They hurt you without even trying anymore, and they seem to be completely unaware that they're doing it. You have to cut this person off, and the only way to do that is not with emotion, but with logic. So you're going to have to use logic because they're not going to respond emotionally. They already have their emotions all tied up in what they think the world should be. So you're really going to have to look at things from a logic perspective. And that's why I love that it's paired with Shakti here, because not only does she bring change, but she also brings focus and hard work for a better life. This is not going to be a free gift, friend. You're going to have to put in a lot of effort to change your outlook and to get away from this person. You also need to start being more authentic with yourself. You need to start doing things a little bit differently. You can no longer continue in the way that things used to be because you know that now, and you know that those things are not serving you, so it's time to stop being controlled and start being the person that you were born to be. So for final advice here, we've got Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Dragonfly. Your future self is urging you to go within and find that inner calm and make a decision that feels the most right in your body and your heart. An inevitable reckoning is on its way. The situation you are in is very different than how you are currently perceiving it. You need to calm your mind before you make any rash decisions. Take some time to focus on your breath, empty your mind, and allow answers to come to you. Spend some time listening to the universe instead of asking or calling out to it. Let the universe come to you. The answer is not just going to come from within you. You need to really reach out to your spirit guides at this time to get the help from them. And your future self is rooting for you, and they are looking back, realizing all the ways that they could have escaped from this situation, from these thought patterns, and they're really, really wishing they would have done them sooner than later. So they're giving you this advice so that you can fix it before you're too far in, before you're too deeply gone. If this video resonates with you, give it a like. Comment down below on what makes you feel safe and protected in this world. Subscribe to my channel for more pick a card videos.